What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show episode review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about is What If, episode 1. And before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen the episode. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a really good series, and I want you to watch it for yourself. But before we get started, I went to the mall today, and I went to get some certain things, and the things that I got, I'm going to show you. So the first thing I got was a Thunderjaw pop figure. And a Thunderjaw, if y'all don't know, is from the game Horizon Zero Dawn. And you play as the character Aloy. You can see her face right there. And she's firing arrows at all these different robotic machines that are kind of shaped to look like different types of animals. So obviously the Thunderjaw is supposed to look like, a T-Rex, since it has no arms. But let me tell you, in the game, these things, even though they ain't got arms, these things are buff and strong. The amount of ammunition they have on their bodies are strong. Like when you fight one in a game, it's almost like fighting a boss battle, basically. Because it's like, the thing is, their tails, they can hit you with their tails, and that thing will kill you. Those little things on the back shoot disc out. Like this thing is stacked. And I will show you in some other video what they look like in real life. Well, not real life, but in the game. They haven't made robot dinosaurs yet, thank the Lord. Gonna have some, Jurassic Park robot. But what I also got is, I went to ThinkGeek. And ThinkGeek, they have these things where it's kind of like these coin machines where you like put the coin in, you turn, you get that little trinket of a toy. But the thing about it is you have to buy a token to go use these things, because you can't put your quarters in there. So what I saw is they had these things that were called like steampunk versions of Kirby characters. So you had Meta Knight, you had Waddle Dee, King Dedede, and Kirby. So what I got was, and I'm gonna show y'all if I can open up this thing. You see, here's the bubble right there that came in. Because I love collecting, and I was like, that looks really cool. I love Kirby. A little fluff ball that can absorb people's powers and stuff. So the thing that I got, is this steampunk Meta Knight. As you can see right here, he looks real cool. He's got his mask on, never takes the mask off. He's got his, his cape, and a nice steampunk. I'm like, that's real cool. And I was literally like, I don't care what character I get, they all look cool. And then the last thing I got, which surprisingly was at ThinkGeek. Like, everything I got was at ThinkGeek. The last thing I got was Watch Dogs Legion. And this game is a game where you're playing as not one character, but multiple characters, because you can actually hire characters in the game. And you're fighting against this type of company. But that's not what brought me into the game. What brought me into the game is, it's kind of like an open world game, but the cool things about it are the hacking aspects. So like, you can hack certain items. Say like, you could be drive next to a car and hack the car, which makes the car go a different direction, which is really cool. But we're not talking about those things. We are talking about what if. And what if is basically what would happen if this character changed. And what that means is, like, an example, which I think might be in, which I saw in the trailers, but might be in, the episode. I don't know if it's the next episode. But an example would be, what if instead, if T'Challa didn't become Black Panther, he ended up getting, abducted by aliens and became Star-Lord instead. So it's like you're taking different characters and kind of, hey, what if this happened and they became this character? So the first episode that we watched, or that was talking about, it was Peggy Carter, or Captain America. So it's like, what if Captain America didn't take the serum and Peggy took it instead? So the episode starts out kind of like the norm. You've got Steve Rogers. He's getting ready to, get the super serum. All that happens is, explosions, and it ends up where we don't have anybody to go into the machine to take the super serum. So it ends up with Peggy. She goes in and she takes the super serum. Now Peggy, she gets it, and basically her captain, which I hated him, because I was like, bro, you are so sexist. He was not happy about it, because he was like, wow, look at this. We have our super serum and her. Why? And I was like, bro, chill. She has strength. She's strong. But he's all like, yeah. She probably gonna break a nail during war because this was still in war between Germany. So it ends up where she gets her suit, which is kind of different from Captain America's suit because Captain America, he had like the Star Spangled Banner. He was an American hero. While Peggy Carter more had the Britain symbol. She had like the Britain symbol on her shield and then on her suit. So it's really cool is as I saw this episode, it kind of reminded me, or kind of like basically was kind of like the same with the Captain America story. It kind of was simple to that. And I'll tell you why, because most of the things we saw were, how, Red Skull, he was trying to attack the team. He ends up basically unleashing a Hydra. And the funniest thing, but also the creepiest thing, is where the Hydra literally kills him. So I was like, oh, wow, that's strange. But then also, they actually had instead, since Steve Rogers didn't have the powers, he didn't have this soldier serum, it ends up where Howard Stark builds him a suit that is powered by the Tesseract, basically, for him to use, called the Hydra Smasher. So it's like you got Peggy Carter fighting enemies, and then you got Steve Rogers flying in a Iron Man based suit, which is green. So I'm like, wow, that's cool. But then as I was saying, it ends up where, Red Skull dies, and Peggy has to push the Hydra back into the portal. So she pushes it back into the portal closes, and then it's like a few years later, it opens back up, and this is all powered by the Tesseract, mind you. But it opens up, and the first people she sees is Hawkeye and Nick Fury, which is really, really cool because in the Captain America movie, Captain America, he didn't get sucked in by the Tesseract because Red Skull got sucked in by the Tesseract. It ended up where, he crashed the ship into like ice and basically was frozen and then was unfrozen a year later or a whole bunch of years later where the war has ended. So it's like, wow, that kind of reminds me of the Captain America series, which is really, really, really cool. And as I like to say, this was a really, really good episode, and I love the animation of it. It's really cool, and I'm super excited to see more of it, and I hope y'all will be too. So remember, like the video, share it with your fam, and if you're subscribed, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'd like to say thank y'all. I was looking at the PS5 videos, and I was like, dang. For last time I checked, it was 132. And I'm like, thank y'all for the views. But also, tell me, have y'all seen the What If series? If so, tell me about it in the comments. And I'll see y'all later, millionaires, and have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.